Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hairis Shidiq Ghozali, and I'm from English Education Study Program from Faculty of Language and Art Education, Universitas PGRI Semarang, uh, with my first advisor, Profesor Dr. Suwandi, Magister Pendidikan, and my second advisor, Teresian, Mem Teresiana Dicit Sofia Budiman, SS MPD. With the title of the article is the correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skill of vocational high school students of SMK Negeri 1 Kendal. The first one is research background. In my first point is English a foreign language. English becomes important in our life, especially for Indonesian people, though it is foreign language for us. This language is used worldwide in science and technology as well as in education, business, transaction, and other activities in the world. In Indonesia, English is a learning material in education from elementary school to the high school level. English is also the basis of one's ability in the world of work for several companies. People in Indonesia also think that people who are able to speak English will find it easy to get a job. In the opinion of the research, if we mastering English language, including vocabulary, grammar, and reading comprehension, uh, it, it will increase our English skills. So the more we master vocabulary and grammar, the more we master reading comprehension. It will improve English language skill. The reason why researchers are looking for the relationship between vocabulary, grammar, and reading comprehension skill is that in the opinion of the researcher, these three things can improve English and language skill if they are able to master them. The problem that is often encountered by students in Indonesia is the lack of English language skill because they do not know the vocabulary used and do not know the grammar, which indirectly makes students unable to understand English material to reading. So, according to the background that has been outlined previously, the researchers formulate the objective of the study. They are to find out the correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skills. The next is review related literature. The first variable is vocabulary. According to Richards, 2003, vocabulary is a core component of language proficiency and provides much of the basis for how well learners speak, listen, read, and write. Therefore, statement above confirm that vocabulary mastery plays an important role in reading. In case if in case of young learner, learning vocabulary is such a challenge. Based on Snow, also state that vocabulary mastery is one of the various types of knowledge needed to understand a text. This is a way to learn basic vocabulary. From here, you can express picture of word and teach vocabulary. The more students learn vocabulary, the better they understand the meaning of sentence in the text, and the better they understand the overall content of the text. In fact, the more they read, the more vocabulary they learn. The second variable is grammar. As the Oxford Dictionary states, grammar is the structure and semantics of a language. Knowledge of grammar is required to make the text meaningful and easy to understand for the reader. It shows that it is important to master grammar when learning a language, especially reading. According to Cole and Fang, there are two types of grammar, that is structural grammar and transformational grammar. There are two types of grammar. Structural grammar describes the grammar of a language based on analyzing the description of structure of the sentence and examining the surface structure of the sentence. Besides transformational grammar, on the other hand, examines the surface and deep structure of a sentence. Therefore, statements above confirms that vocabulary mastery plays an important role in reading. The more students learn vocabulary, base. Therefore, it can be concluded that grammar is a sound pattern, structure, and word meaning system consisting of basic meaning units and the rule for combining them into sentence, which can also affect students' English skills. Next, review related literature about reading comprehension based on Westwood explained that reading comprehension is an active thinking process in which the reader deliberately builds meaning in order to develop a deeper understanding of the concept of and information presented in the text. More we master in reading comprehension, the more we improve English skills. From the definition by the expert, it can be concluded that reading comprehension is a complex interaction among automatic and strategic cognitive process that enables the reader to create a mental representation of the text. The next is methodology. In this research, the researcher used multiple regression correlation designs. This research population used in this study was second grade senior high school amounting to 92 students, and the researcher chose the financial accounting and institution classes which amount 36 students as the sample. The instrument in this research that used by the researcher were tests consisting of a vocabulary test, grammar test, and a reading test. In analyzing the data, the researcher used multiple regression analysis. It also used calculation from SPSS and manual calculation. Next is the findings and the discussion from the research. The first is the result of vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skill. From the result of the data obtained by the researcher, the student's vocabulary mastery ability is at the file level with the highest score is 80 and the lowest score is 20 and the percentage value of 44.228. Meanwhile, the result of students' mastery of grammar is at a poor level with the highest score of 95 and the lowest score is 25 and the percentage value of 57.222. Furthermore, the result of the students' reading comprehension ability were 71.250, which was a good level with the highest score of 95 and the lowest score of 40 based on Sarwono 2060. The second point is the result students' correlation between vocabulary mastery and reading comprehension skill. The students' correlation between vocabulary mastery and reading comprehension skill of 11th grade students of SMK Negeri 1 Tegal was calculated by using SPSS program and manual calculation. And based on the manual calculation and by using SPSS program, the researchers found that the result of students' correlation between vocabulary mastery and reading comprehension skills of 11th grade students of SMK Negeri 1 Tegal is 0.449. It can be concluded that from the research hypothesis that RX1Y is more bigger than 0. And then the third point is the result of students' correlation between grammar mastery and reading comprehension skills. The student correlation between grammar mastery and reading comprehension skill of 11th grade was calculated by using SPSS program and manual calculation too. The result is, it can be concluded from the research hypothesis that Rx to Y is more bigger than 0, with the result of the correlation based on manual calculation and by using SPSS program is 0.441. And then the last point is the result of the correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skill. The result is of the correlation is F count is 10.599 and the result of T table is 3.295. It used using comparison between F count and F table. With the result before, we can conclude that there is a correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skills of 11th grade student of SMK Negeri 1 Kendal. Furthermore, the higher vocabulary grammar mastery of the students, the higher the students' reading comprehension ability. Meanwhile, the lower the students' vocabulary mastery and grammar mastery, the lower the students' reading comprehension ability. Moreover, based on the result of the research on the correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skills, there is a correlation. Then the conclusion is, according to the findings and discussion, the researchers conclude that the students' score percentage of vocabulary mastery is 44.028. The students' score percentage of grammar mastery is 57.222. The students' score percentage of reading comprehension skill is 71.250. Moreover, the result of the correlation between vocabulary mastery and reading comprehension skill is 0.449. The result of the correlation between grammar mastery and reading comprehension skill is 0.441. Furthermore, the result of the correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skill is F count 10.599 and the F table is 3.295. From the calculation result, it can be interpreted that there is a correlation between vocabulary mastery, grammar mastery, and reading comprehension skills. Then the reference that used in the research by researcher is from Brown HD 21, HA and Brownshi, Martachi, Robert Wifang, Westwood, Snowshi, Richard, and that's all of my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.